What if I told you that 5 simple laws could completely transform your financial future, even if making millions is the last thing on your mind right now? You might think I'm crazy, but stick with me because what I'm about to share goes against everything you've been taught about wealth building. These aren't your typical get-rich-quick schemes or investment strategies. These are fundamental principles that work, whether you're a broke college student, a struggling artist, or someone who genuinely believes money isn't important. The beautiful irony? The less you chase money, the more these laws work in your favor. I stumbled upon these principles after years of watching people around me struggle financially, while others seemed to effortlessly attract wealth. What I discovered will challenge everything you think you know about money and success. So grab a coffee, get comfortable, and prepare to have your mind blown by laws that operate whether you believe in them or not. The first law is the law of value creation, and it's probably the most misunderstood concept in wealth building. Most people think making money means taking money from others, but that's completely backward. Real wealth comes from creating genuine value for people's lives. This law works even if you hate capitalism or think money is evil, because it's not really about money at all. It's about solving problems and improving lives. Think about it this way. Every time you use your smartphone, someone made millions by solving the problem of communication. When you order food delivery, someone built wealth by solving the problem of convenience. The key insight here is that you don't need to want millions to create value. You just need to care about helping people. The artist who creates beautiful work that moves people. The teacher who transforms students' lives. The engineer who designs safer cars. They're all following this law whether they realize it or not. The magic happens when you stop focusing on what you can get and start obsessing over what you can give. This shift in perspective is powerful because it removes the desperation and neediness that actually repels wealth. When you're genuinely focused on serving others, opportunities start appearing everywhere. People begin seeking you out because they recognize authentic value when they see it. But here's the crucial part most people miss. The value you create must be scalable. Helping one person at a time is noble, but it limits your impact and your income. The real breakthrough comes when you find ways to help thousands or millions of people simultaneously. This might mean writing a book, creating online content, building a system, or developing a product that solves a common problem. This brings us to the second law, the law of leverage. This is where many people get stuck because they're trading time for money in a one-to-one relationship. You work 1 hour, you get paid for 1 hour. But wealthy people understand that true financial freedom comes from breaking this equation. They use leverage to multiply their efforts and create income that flows whether they're working or not. There are several types of leverage, and the most powerful ones don't require huge amounts of capital. You can leverage other people's time by building teams or systems. You can leverage technology to automate processes or reach millions of people instantly. You can leverage knowledge by creating intellectual property that pays you repeatedly. The internet has democratized leverage in ways that were impossible just decades ago. The beauty of this law is that it rewards problem solvers and value creators, not just people chasing money. A songwriter who writes one hit song can earn royalties for life. A programmer who creates a useful app can serve millions of users simultaneously. A teacher who creates an online course can impact students worldwide while earning passive income. The key is to think in terms of systems and scalability, not just individual transactions. The third law might surprise you because it seems counterintuitive. The law of delayed gratification. In our instant everything culture, this law is more powerful than ever because so few people are willing to follow it. This isn't about depriving yourself of happiness. It's about understanding that the biggest rewards come to those who can resist immediate pleasures for long-term gains. This law works in your favor even if you're not naturally disciplined, because it's really about changing your relationship with time. Most people overestimate what they can achieve in a year and underestimate what they can achieve in a decade. When you start thinking in longer time horizons, you make different choices. You invest in learning instead of consuming. You build relationships instead of burning bridges. You create assets instead of just earning paychecks. The compound effect of this law is extraordinary. Small, consistent actions, taken over time, create massive results. This applies to everything from learning new skills to building businesses, to investing money. The person who saves and invests just a few $100s monthly, starting in their 20s, will likely retire as a millionaire through compound interest alone. The person who writes just one page daily will complete multiple books within a few years. What makes this law so powerful is that it naturally filters out competition. Most people quit when they don't see immediate results, leaving the field wide open for those who persist. Your willingness to delay gratification becomes your competitive advantage in every area of life. Fourth law is the law of continuous learning, and it's becoming more valuable every day as the world changes faster than ever. This law recognizes that in the information age, your ability to learn and adapt is your greatest asset. The half-life of most skills is shrinking, but the ability to acquire new skills quickly is becoming priceless. This law works whether you love learning or hate it, because it's not about academic achievement. It's about staying relevant and valuable in a changing world. The person who learns how to solve tomorrow's problems today will be richly rewarded by society. This might mean developing technical skills, understanding new markets, or simply staying curious about how the world works. The key is to focus on meta-learning, learning how to learn effectively. This includes developing strong research skills, building a network of knowledgeable people, and creating systems for organizing and applying new information. In our connected world, the ability to quickly synthesize information from multiple sources and apply it practically is incredibly valuable. What's exciting about this law is that it levels the playing field. You don't need expensive degrees or prestigious credentials to become knowledgeable about topics that matter. Online resources, communities, and mentorship opportunities are more accessible than ever. The only barrier is your willingness to remain curious and humble enough to keep learning. The fifth and final law is the law of relationship building, and it might be the most important of all. Success in any field depends heavily on your ability to build genuine relationships with others. This law works even for introverts and people who prefer working alone, because it's not about being socially popular, it's about creating mutually beneficial connections that help everyone involved. Strong relationships accelerate every other law. They help you understand what value people actually want. They provide leverage through collaboration and referrals. They offer accountability for delayed gratification. They create opportunities for continuous learning through shared knowledge and experiences. Most importantly, they make the entire journey more enjoyable and meaningful. The key to this law is authenticity. People can sense when you're only interested in what they can do for you. But when you genuinely care about helping others succeed, they naturally want to help you in return. This creates a positive feedback loop where everyone benefits. In today's hyper-connected world, your network truly is your net worth. But building a valuable network isn't about collecting business cards or LinkedIn connections. It's about developing real relationships based on mutual respect and shared values. It's about being someone others want to work with and support. These 5 laws work together in powerful ways. As you create more value, you attract better relationships. As you build stronger relationships, you discover new opportunities for leverage. As you apply leverage effectively, you can afford to delay gratification for bigger wins. As you delay gratification, you invest more in continuous learning. As you learn more, you can create even greater value, and the cycle continues. The beautiful irony is that these laws work best when you're not desperately chasing money. When you're focused on serving others, building genuine relationships, and continuously improving yourself, wealth becomes a natural byproduct of your efforts. You might not want millions, but millions might want you. Remember, these aren't just theories or motivational concepts. They're practical principles that have created fortunes for people from every background and industry. The question isn't whether these laws work. It's whether you'll choose to apply them consistently in your own life. Start with just one law that resonates with you. Focus on creating value for others, or commit to learning something new every day, or begin building one meaningful relationship at a time. The compound effect will surprise you, and before you know it, you'll be living proof that these laws work exactly as promised. Your financial future isn't determined by your current situation or your feelings about money. It's determined by your willingness to follow these timeless principles that reward value creation, relationship building, and continuous growth. The choice is yours.